Hello everyone, in this video we're going to derive the quadratic formula. Now before we get to that, we should obviously know what a quadratic equation looks like, which it looks like this. Now this is called a quadratic equation because the highest degree term is a times ax squared, or the highest power of x is x squared. This is called the quadratic term. This is called linear term. And this is called constant term. Now, this is also called conditional equation because in here, you're actually trying to solve for x. So you have to find some value for x that's gonna make this equation true, right? So that's gonna become important a little bit later. So how do we solve this? Notice that we can't actually combine this term and this term together to somehow isolate x and solve for x because they're like x is in different powers here. So we can use something like this. This is a binomial, and if you square a binomial, you can get it to something that looks like the quadratic equation. It's starting to look a little bit similar. Now, this is an identity. This is an equation, right? But it's not a conditional equation. It's an identity. And what that means is that in here, you're not actually trying to solve for x, but you plug in any value for x and you get the equivalent expression. So I've just expanded this and I got this, right? So that is a different concept than the left-hand side here equaling to 0. Now, to make this quadratic equation even more similar looking to this, we can divide both sides by a to get this. Okay, so why we wanna use like this to get at the quadratic formula is that in this form, you notice that x is isolated. So that means you can actually solve for x. So if we can get the quadratic equation looking like this, then we're able to solve for x. So that really is the reason. So now we have to get this thing to s looking like b over a. So we can actually set s to whatever we want. We can design it so that it results in this. And how we can find what s to put in is we just simply equate the two things and solve for s. Now if you plug this into here, then it's gonna expand and it's gonna result in this 2s becoming b over a. So let's just do that. you're gonna get 2 times the whatever you have put in for s. And notice that 2's here cancel. Oh, I missed the x here. So we got what we wanted here. And this constant term expands to this. Okay, so we got the quadratic term. So we got the quadratic term and the linear term looking the same. But what about the constant term? How do we take care of that? So it can be a little bit hard to see right away. But if you can put this equation into a slightly different form, like this, I just move the c over a over to the other side. Now to get this looking the same as this, what can you do? Well, you can just simply add this. And you have to do that to both sides. Okay, now notice that this is looking exactly the same as this. And what is this? Where is this from? This was from expanding the square of a binomial, the identity. So what we can do now is we can replace this with this because they're the same thing. Okay, so even now you can see that we have isolated x. X is, well, not isolated, but there's just one x. And we can solve for x. Because remember, all these things, b, a, c, they are just numbers. They are not x. So how can we solve this is we take the square root and so what does this mean? This means that like whatever you have inside, let's call it, I don't know, I'm just gonna use x. If you square that, then you're gonna get this thing. So we have to find the x when squared results in the stuff inside. That's what the square root means. And you should be familiar that we can have a positive number or a negative number. Because when negatives are multiplied, they result in a positive. So that means that you have plus or minus. When you take the square root, because the number can be either plus or minus, they can give the same answer. So when you take the square root, actually before we take the square root, let's just make the denominator the same and combine these terms. So I'm just gonna move b squared over to here. Okay, so when you take the square root, you can do something like this. So you do it on the numerator and then you do it on the denominator, and when you do that you get this. Now I'm just gonna bring the b over 2a over to the right side. And we just do a little bit of housekeeping here, so to speak. Like look at the denominator are the same, so we can combine this term and this term. So it's gonna be minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac square root over 2a. And yeah, this is the quadratic formula. Okay, so now we can, whenever we see an equation in the form of a quadratic equation like this, where a, b, and c can be any numbers, we now know a way to solve for x is by using the quadratic formula.